In 1936, a clumsy 29-year-old scientist dropped his lab rats so many times he caused their internal organs to literally dissolve from sheer terror. How did a forgotten blunder at McGill University uncover a biological flaw that quietly steals 87,600 hours of your life? And where is the physical override switch hidden inside your skull? A desperate researcher chasing a Nobel Prize by injecting fatal chemical extracts. A 200,000-year-old biological trap turning your modern office desk into a battleground. And a 10,000 neuron circuit in your brainstem that shuts down panic in 2 seconds. This is the hidden biology of modern existence. Look at your hands right now. Are your shoulders slightly hunched? Is your breath sitting high in your chest? You spent today feeling a low, quiet vibration of pressure. But the real answer to why you feel this way is far stranger than your workload. To understand why your body is on edge, we have to travel back to the cold winters of Montreal, 1936. Inside a cramped basement room at McGill University, a young Austrian doctor named Hans Selye was convinced he was months away from world renown. Selye had spent months injecting lab rats with organ extracts harvested from cattle ovaries. He believed he was hunting for a brand new, undiscovered sex hormone. Every single rat injected with the extract showed the exact same gruesome triad of symptoms. Their adrenal glands swelled to twice their size, their immune organs withered away, and their stomach linings broke open into bleeding ulcers. Selye was ecstatic. He believed this physical destruction proved his mystery hormone existed. Why else would the body react so violently? To confirm his historic breakthrough, he set up a control group. He injected a second cage of rats with pure, harmless saline solution. He expected them to stay completely healthy. But when he dissected the control group 48 hours later, Selye froze. The saltwater rats had the exact same swollen adrenals, the exact same shrunken immune glands, the exact same bleeding ulcers. The chemical extract wasn't doing this. There was no secret sex hormone. Selye was a notoriously terrible handler. He constantly dropped the rats, chased them around the room with brooms, and pinned them down under bright lights for hours. It wasn't what was inside the syringe killing the animals. It was the sheer terror of the experience itself. If you want to understand how biological secrets like this are uncovered every single week, hit subscribe to join Human Code right now. Selye hadn't discovered a hormone at all. He had stumbled upon a silent, invisible killer that is currently pumping through your veins. Selye borrowed a word from physics to describe what he saw: stress. In July 1936, he published a 74-line paper in Nature titled A Syndrome Produced by Diverse Noxious Agents. It changed human biology forever. He proved that the body possesses a non-specific response to any threat. Whether you are running from an apex predator or panicking over a missed deadline, your physiology activates the exact same emergency alarm. Why did evolution build a survival alarm so sensitive that it destroys the very body it was designed to protect? For 200,000 years, human survival depended on immediate, violent action. If a saber-toothed cat emerged from the brush, your brain didn't need you to think, digest food, or repair cellular damage. It needed to dump glucose into your bloodstream, elevate your heart rate to 180 beats per minute, and shut off your immune system to save every calorie for survival. That emergency state was meant to last for exactly 3 minutes. You either outran the cat or you were eaten. The alarm always turned off. But look at your life today. Your primitive amygdala cannot differentiate between an approaching predator and an overdue mortgage notice, an unread email from your supervisor, or a drop in your bank account balance. You are living in a biological trap. Because these modern threats never go away, your brain never receives the signal to turn off the alarm. The average adult spent roughly 87,600 hours, 10 full years of life, trapped in a low-grade, destructive sympathetic nervous system hijack.
Listen to how this actually feels on the ground.
Your stomach produces excess acid. Your heart works harder than it should. Your brain burns out its dopamine receptors trying to stay hyper-vigilant. Remember that missing override button we talked about at the beginning? We are about to find it. You are drowning in a chemical cocktail designed for a caveman, but buried deep inside your brainstem is a microscopic cluster of neurons that acts as a hardwired kill switch. In 2016, researchers at UCLA made a discovery that changed everything we knew about brain circuitry. A neurobiology team led by Dr. Jack Feldman at UCLA was studying the preBötzinger complex, a tiny cluster of roughly 10,000 neurons located in the brainstem. These 10,000 neurons generate the rhythm of your breathing. But Dr. Feldman discovered something far more significant. They found that a specific subpopulation of these neurons was directly connected to the locus coeruleus, the brain's primary alarm center for panic and arousal. When you are stressed, the tiny air sacs in your lungs, the alveoli collapse. Carbon dioxide builds up in your blood. This chemical trigger maintains the amygdala's panic signal. To force those alveoli back open, animals automatically perform a specific mechanical pattern. 2 sharp inhales through the nose, followed by 1 long, slow exhale through the mouth. Neuroscientists call this the physiological sigh. The second sharp inhale pops open the collapsed alveoli. The long exhale slows your heart rate through a mechanism called respiratory sinus arrhythmia. This mechanical action sends an immediate electrical signal straight up the vagus nerve, directly to the preBötzinger complex, instantly paralyzing the amygdala's panic signal in under 3 seconds. It is not a mindfulness trick. It is not positive thinking. It is a hardwired physical lever. If you want to understand how to master the deep biological machinery inside your brain, human code decodes these hidden evolutionary systems every single week. Do it right now. Take a short inhale through your nose. Take a second top-off inhale to fill your lungs. Now exhale slowly through your mouth. That deliberate mechanical sigh manually forces your parasympathetic nervous system back into control. You just executed the override code. In 1936, Hans Selye watched frightened rats dissolve from terror because they had no way to signal to their bodies that the danger had passed. Evolution built your brain to survive a brutal world, but for the first time in 200,000 years, you finally have the biological password to turn the alarm off. Selye proved how easily our bodies can be trapped by fear, but another lab experiment proved that the human mind can be convinced to obey orders to a terrifying extreme. Subscribe to Human Code right now, because next week, we uncover the shocking document from that experiment that was hidden for over 40 years.